Hello all. In the last class we have discussed about England's glorious revolution. So we have done that topic completely. Now we are moving on to American independence, that is from 1774 to 1789 CE. CE, what is CE? I already told you in the last class, Common Era. Okay. So first to introduce what is America and how it was discovered. In 1429 Common Era, the European traveler named Columbus discovered the American continent. So later on, people started coming from various places and settling in American continent. So in mid 18th century, America was colonized by British. That means like India was under the British rule, that is called colonialism and colonization. No? So America was also ruled by British. So it was some parts of America was ruled by England, that is British, and other parts were ruled by other European countries like French, Dutch, Spain, Spanish, so other countries. So like that, there are 13 American states which were under the colonial rule of British, that is England. So as I told you, others were of other countries' rules. So now I'll show you the America's map, and I'll show you the 13 states which were colonized by British. Okay. This is the world map. So the red portion here, as you can see, these two parts are now United States of America. So these are not United States of America from long ago. They are formed after American independence. So next I'll show you the 13 colonies. That means only a part of United States of America which was colonized by the British. So as you can see, the United States of America, the eastern part, east end of the United States of America, there were 13 states. So these 13 states were colonized by British. So these were the 13 states. So as I told you, this is the eastmost corner of United States of America. People from various parts of Europe, especially from England, came and settled in America, the 13 colonies of America, and they started cultivation, like tilling the land, producing agricultural goods, and they started workshops, they started trade and artisans, like arts and crafts. All of the occupations or the works they do, they started producing the goods. So afterwards, the British Parliament, the English Parliament started colonial rule in America, right? That's why they started making laws and imposing taxes, and they started collecting taxes from American people. But they did not give the right to vote for the American people. So American people did not have the right to vote for the Parliament of Britain. No. So why they have to pay taxes now? So that is their concern. As we don't have the right to vote, why we should pay taxes? So that was their main issue. Until 1750s, Americans were like the landowners, and who used to till the land, and the traders and artisans. All of them were small and middle class. Okay, so all the people who were living in those American colonies or American states, they were all small and medium middle class people. So there were no higher landlords or bigger princes like in Europe. There were no kings or many rich people in those 13 colonies. So what happened? Because there were no big people like rich people among them all, so they all treated them equally. So there was equality existing there. Equality means treating treating others as same as you, as equal as you. So there existed equality among all the sections of people who were living in those American colonies. Also, like there was different sections of people, though all of them, most of them were Christians, they were different sections of Christians. Like in Hindus we have different castes, in Christians also there were different sections of Christians. So each of them had their own church, and like we have now Catholics, Protestants, so like that only there were many different types of Christians. So all those different types of Christians had their own church. Like for example, Catholics, they had their Catholic church, Protestants, Protestant church, Jews, Jews church. So in that situation, like there was no priest or pope who has highest authority or the ruling power like in Europe. So in the last class when I was teaching you England's glorious revolution, I told you about the position of pope. That means the priest, the leader of the church, had the power to influence or decide the rights of the king. So that was in case of England, but in America this was not the case, because there was no one church for the people. So if there is one church for whole people, then there might be a chance of the pope taking political position. But here there were different churches for different sections of people. So if this church's leader starts ruling their people, how he cannot rule the other people, so he will not have much power to rule. That is why there was no pope's authority like in Europe. So there was no one pope and there was no pope's authority like in Europe. So America did not have pope's authority or church's rule in their system. So taking this situation as an advantage or as a chance, what the prominent Americans, like intellectual community in America, like those who are well educated, people of intellectual classes, so these are called prominent Americans. So they try to spread social equality, the idea of social equality. Social equality means there is no difference between different sections of society. So different sections of society are treated equally by each other. That is called social equality. So along with social equality, eminent intellectuals like Tom Paine and Thomas Jefferson, they started campaigning about political equality. Campaigning means spreading the information about political equality. Political equality means equality in the matters or affairs related to politics. That means equal right to vote, equal right to represent, equal right of contesting elections. So all these come under political equality. That rights or equality which is related to politics or government or state is called political equality. So these two, Tom Paine and Thomas Jefferson, were two important intellectuals among the prominent Americans who started campaigning or spreading information or awareness about political equality and freedom of thought for all. Freedom of thought and freedom of expression. Freedom of thought means you can make your own opinions, and freedom of expression means you are free to express or tell or behave like you want. So that is freedom of thought and expression. So after that, after those people, prominent Americans and intellectual community of America started spreading information or awareness about equality, English Parliament in the Europe started making laws on taxes. So they imposed heavy taxes on American traders, artisans and the farmers. So where all those laws that they are making are helping English traders who are living in America, but not the Native Americans. So like in India also, when British rule was making laws, they are making laws for their own benefit and not for us. In the same way, the British government made laws in America also. They made laws for their own benefits and not for the benefits of Americans. So that is why when they are imposing taxes, what the Americans did, they started raising slogans and they started fighting back against the British Parliament, saying the famous slogan, that is no taxation without representation. This was the main slogan of their protest or fight against British taxes. Okay, so no taxation without representation means without representation or without we getting the right to vote or right to participate in parliament discussions or decision making, we will not pay any taxes. So this slogan means that. After that, in 1774, the representatives or the leaders of 12 colonial states, I told you there were 13 American colonies. So out of those 13 colonies, 12 states representatives, I explained you what is representatives. They are the leaders of particular area or group of people. So representatives of 12 states held a congress at Philadelphia. Congress means a meeting. Okay, so congress at Philadelphia. Philadelphia is one of the 13 states, colonial states of America. Okay, so they met at Philadelphia and they organized a congress. So what those 12 representatives came and discussed was, they thought of requesting the King of Britain to restore their rights. Restore means give them back. So which all rights they had before colonialization or before British came and ruled them, they wanted all those rights to get back. So they wanted all those rights back to enjoy. So they wrote a letter, all of them together wrote a letter to King George III. So King George III was the king of England. Okay, so they sent a letter to King George III for restoration of their rights. But what King George III did, he refused, means he did not accept their request, and he sent orders to British governors in American colonies to suppress the protest. Suppress the protest means like they stop the protest or stop the demands of the Americans. So the King George III sent troops, sent military also to suppress the Americans. So what it resulted, as king refused to give them rights, Americans, what those leaders thought, they would go for a war with British. So this resulted in armed clashes, means fighting with weapons. Armed means possession of weapons, having weapons. Okay, so both soldiers of both parties, that American soldiers and British soldiers, came and fought a war with weapons. So this happened in 1774. So we will see what happened next and how America got independence in the next class. Meanwhile, if you have textbooks, read the textbook once, and if you have any doubts, message or call to Soumya teacher's number. I will clarify your doubts. Thank you.